What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Today we're going to talk about Tyler, the Creator, and how he's at odds with a huge portion of his fan base, a fan base that he cultivated. But now he's at odds with a huge portion of them because he has outgrown them in his mentality, so on and so forth, right? Let's talk about the genesis of this whole situation, this controversy that Tyler, the Creator, is wrapped up in. The genesis lies with the passing of neo-soul legend and icon D'Angelo. D'Angelo passed away, what was that? About almost 2 weeks ago now, right? And it touched a lot of people across the world, but Black America in particular, right? Now, D'Angelo had fans outside of just the Black community. He had fans across many ethnic groups, but his music spoke to Black love, spoke to Black life, spoke to Black joy, Black man joy, all of that, man. It spoke to Black excellence, the beauty of Black folks. Like, D'Angelo's music touched us in a way that I can't even describe or put into words sometimes, because you can hear some songs from him and your heart just like, your heart gets excited. Your heart just wants to cry. You want to feel so many different emotions listening to that man's music, right? Because he made some timeless music. So Tyler, the Creator, a young Black man from California, right? He expressed those sentiments and how hurt he was at D'Angelo's passing, and how he wrote a heartfelt post about D'Angelo on Instagram, right? And when he did this, though, he was shocked to find that his fan base a lot of his fan base didn't seem to care about D'Angelo's passing at all. Instead of mourning D'Angelo or posting respectful comments about D'Angelo or paying their respects to D'Angelo in the comment section, a lot of his fan base was saying, hey, man, where the new music at? Where's the new music? When's the new album coming? They were completely disregarding the life of D'Angelo and his passing. They did not care. And that pissed Tyler, the Creator, off a lot, and some portions of his fan base as well, right? So Tyler, the Creator, then cut off his comments on the on the Instagram post dedicated to D'Angelo, right? And then that led to a snowball effect of other things happening. One thing happening in particular was Tyler, the Creator, liking a post on Instagram, basically stating that Tyler's fan base hates Black music and they don't appreciate the music that Tyler appreciates and where he comes from, etc., right? The music that he originates from, so on and so forth, right? I'm paraphrasing, but that's what the tweet said. And Tyler, the Creator, liked that post. He also posted a comment. I think he posted or liked this one. I think he posted this comment and said that he posted this on his Twitter, said these Sun Dodgers are out of control, right? Now, I do believe he deleted that post, but he said these Sun Dodgers are out of control. And y'all know Sun Dodgers is a word for saying white people, right? And a lot of his fan base felt offended. Some people get upset, so on and so forth, right? And it led to some pushback. That Tyler, the Creator, faced some pushback of his own. Why is that? Because Tyler, the Creator, spent a lot of his young career being an edgelord, right? And now we're going to we're going to discuss the problems with being a young edgelord, a Black edgelord in particular. It leads to a lot of problems for real. So an edgelord is a person who says things to be offensive on purpose, to intentionally be offensive, right? An edgelord, they say things for shock value. They have all of these exaggerated or extreme opinions, and again, they do it with the sole purpose of being offensive to people, to come across as an asshole, right? Because they think it's cool to be an asshole. They think it's cool to be, this person that don't give a F about anything and don't give a F about anyone. And a lot of people, when they have this type of persona, they get a lot of clout off of it. They get a lot of attention. They get a lot of acclaim, for real. And it's shocking, but it happens a lot. Eminem, when he first came out, he was horrorcore rap, shock value rap. Now, what helped him was that he was a white young man, right? And him coming into rap gave a lot of white people across the world someone that they can resonate with. He was a representative for a lot of people, right? Representation matters. We often hear that statement. So when Eminem came in, he represented a lot of white kids from trailer parks and some white kids from suburban America. Even though they weren't from trailer parks, they felt seen in rap when Eminem came around. So he gained a huge fan base. But the shock value in horrorcore rap and his edgelord behavior took him to a whole nother level. It really made him like a living rock star in the rap world. And when Tyler the Creator first hit the scene, I remember this. People weren't even talking about his music. I was in high school, right? So it's so funny because now my daughter, I have a 14-year-old daughter. She loves Tyler the Creator's music. But I can tell you, she does not like Tyler the Creator's music at the very beginning of his career, right? When Tyler the Creator first hit the scene in like 2009, 2010, around that time, I was a sophomore, junior in high school. And people weren't even talking about his music. They were talking about the fact that he was a part of this collective called Odd Future, or Odd Future Wolfgang Kill Them All. And the big deal about them was that they were these kids who were atheists. They didn't believe in God, and they had this I don't give a F attitude. They didn't give a F about everything. And they didn't like God and all of that, right? And I remember hearing this shit like, that ain't no shit I want to listen to. Right. And it's not like I was the most religious individual at all. I wasn't this Bible thumping young man. But I mean, I'm black, and a lot of black folks come from got church backgrounds, and a lot of us believe in God and have a connection to God in a lot of different ways, whether it's through our grandparents, whether it's through our mothers, etc. And so saying you don't believe in God and F God and all that type of stuff was just far too extreme for me. I wanted no parts of it. In fact, the only time I ever gave Odd Future a listen was when Frank Ocean was on something, because I really enjoyed his singing. And he was really a dope singer, and I really liked his music for real. But I wanted no parts of listening to Tyler the Creator, because that edgelord shit did not appeal to me at all. I was not a fan of Eminem. That horrorcore shock value rap about taking somebody's guts out of their stomach and throwing it against the wall and decapitating your own mom, all that that crazy stuff was not for me at all. I'm a person who loves hip hop music. I love Biggie, the notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls. But he got a song called S Thoughts, Unalive Thoughts. I do not like that song because it's too dark for me. Now, some would say, Mac, how can you listen to a rapper talking about clearing out a whole block with an AK-47 and all of that, but the moment a rapper starts talking about F God and all of that, you get turned off? I don't know. I get turned off by that. I know it sounds really crazy. It sounds like hypocritical, but that part of it is just wild. And even in, what was that, What's Beef? He got a lyric that says, something about when he says his man Gutter kidnaps kids and he does something to them and then throw them over the bridge. I hate that line to this day. I said, why the hell did he say that? That was just a disgusting line to me, right? So I'm saying all of this to say I was never a fan of this super edgelord behavior like that, or super horrorcore shock value type rap. So Tyler the Creator was a person that I just was not interested in. When I heard like some stuff, like I remember some of my friends in high school talking about or playing some music from like Goblin and Bastard, and I was like, absolutely not. Then I remember it was a big deal about him eating a roach in the video, right? And it was like, what the hell is he doing? Like, it seemed like he was just saying the most outlandish stuff, saying the most disrespectful stuff simply for attention. And I didn't like that. I'm like, nah, if you want to rap, just rap. But all of this crazy off the wall, wild stuff, that don't appeal to me at all. And it didn't appeal to a lot of my friends. Some of them kind of was into it, but a lot of us, it did not appeal to a lot of us. And I know I'm going to offend some people when I say this. I mean no offense, but Tyler was rapping the stuff that a lot of white boys rap about. Now, not only white boys rap about this stuff. You know, we've seen some horrorcore, shock value type rappers that are black. We've seen some rappers who display edgelord behavior in the way that a young white kid would display it. We've seen it with people like Hobson and, even Danny Brown, the Adderall type rapping and all of that type of stuff. You know, we've seen some of that be present amongst black folks, but it's really that type of edgelord behavior was really popularized with young white males, right? So it didn't appeal to me at all. But then over the years, Tyler the Creator started to grow. He started to mature. He started to grow, and so the sound of his music started to change, right? But I remember the first song I even remotely liked from Tyler was really due to the fact that Frank Ocean was on the hook. It was a song called She, right? But even in that song, there are themes of necrophilia. You know, themes of stalking, obsession. Even in the song, he said, eight is the bullets. If you say no after all this. So he gonna shoot the girl if she say no to him and his crazy obsession with her and all of that, right? So it was just stuff, themes like that. It turned me off, but the hook of the song kept me really hooked. No pun intended, because of Frank Ocean's voice. You know, because right after that, Thinking About You came out, and that is a fire song, an amazing song about love, right? But Tyler the Creator was just a little too dark. But I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry. This Edgelord, I don't give a F behavior. It helped cultivate a fan base who didn't give a F about anything, right? So of course, Tyler the Creator's huge fan base, because that fan base, the white suburban kids, helped to popularize Tyler the Creator and Odd Future. You know, because a lot of it was, they appealed to young white suburban kids who felt like F everybody, F my mom, F society, F God, all of that. A lot of them kind of was into that type of I don't give a F behavior. They thought that was cool. You know, excuse me, I have notes. I'm sorry, right? Yeah, Tyler normalized the edgy and eccentric behavior of his fan base, which made his audience feel comfortable mocking Black pain, Black music, and Black trauma. So that's why they don't care. A lot of them didn't care that D'Angelo died. They didn't give a damn, because Tyler spent a portion of his early life, because at that time when he first came out, he was 18, 19. He spent a lot of time having this I don't give a F culture. I don't give a F about this. I don't give a damn about that. And his fan base followed suit. They loved him for that. They made him popular for having those stances and having that type of appeal. So unfortunately, Tyler has grown and developed and matured, and however, a lot of his fan base have not. A lot of them still are the edgelords of 2010 and 2011 that Tyler the Creator was. And they have not changed. And they like, yo, I don't give a damn, Tyler. This is how we met you. So they're still going to display that same type of behavior that he would. So they don't care about D'Angelo's death. They don't give a damn about how iconic D'Angelo was to Black music and to Black people in general. They don't care. They don't, man. Unfortunately, Tyler's fan base really, they like him for a lot of they like his music, but they don't have any affinity. A lot of his fan base don't have an affinity for the roots that Tyler the Creator comes from. They don't really appreciate the music he appreciates. They don't really appreciate the culture of Black music the way Tyler the Creator does, right? They just like that edgy, I don't give a F persona, that personality. They liked his personality. They liked his extreme behavior. They liked his popularity. They liked his influence. They liked the way he could galvanize a group of young kids that looked like them from suburban America to try to follow him, but they didn't have an interest in Black music, Black art forms, as far as neo soul music and hip hop music like that. They didn't have an interest in that. They just wanted to hear Tyler not give a F for the entire duration of his life. And so now Tyler is growing and he looking like, what the hell is going on? But unfortunately, Tyler, he helped to cultivate this group of people with the behavior that he showed at the beginning of his career. That is why I myself do not like rappers who are engaged in just antics 24/7, in gimmicks. Be a grounded rapper. Be a rapper that's on a solid foundation. You know what I mean? I don't like rappers that they get big off antics and just, controversy and shit like that. That Tekashi 6ix9ine stuff. That's not a thing. You know what I mean? Now, granted, 50 Cent came into the rap game off of some antics or whatever a little bit with How to Rob, right? That was one record he did, but he had the beef he had with Ja Rule was very, very real. That wasn't antics and just doing anything for controversy. He had a real problem with that person, for real, right? But along with that, 50 had a solid foundation of great music that would stand the test of time over the years. Get Rich or Die Trying is still an amazing album. And I actually think The Massacre is a really, really underrated album. It's really a great album. People just don't give it a chance because of songs like Candy Shop, etc. Right? But 50 did have some antics a little bit, but again, he was a great rapper, and the stuff that he was expressing was real problems he had with a certain rapper. Tyler was just out here just being wild and being obnoxious for no reason, just because he thought it was cool and it could give him an appeal. But again, what happens is that sometimes you grow and evolve from that stuff that you used to do when you were young, and your fan base does not evolve with you. And so they stay the offensive people that you egg them on to be at times, right? Now, Tyler the Creator he does not deserve sole blame for all of this at all. Because it's up to some of the fan base to grow up and mature on their own, right? And it's up to them to get outside of the bullshit and recognize what's real life and what's not, and recognize what life is about. And it's up to them to be more endearing people, etc. But again, Tyler kind of helped to cultivate this fan base that he has, you know? Even with me talking about his fan base not appreciating the black art form like hip hop or neo soul, etc. Y'all heard me criticize Eminem, and I say that 50%, really like 60% of Eminem's fan. I'm probably being generous when I say 50%. Probably 60 to 65% of Eminem's fan base does not listen to hip hop. They listen to him. They don't give a fuck about hip hop music at all. They just like him. That's why they can sit and tell you he's the best rapper they ever heard in their life. He's better than all the black rappers. They say that specifically. He's better than all the black rappers. Because they don't listen to nobody but him. They don't, and you see them disrespect the black art, hip hop, a black art form. They say it's not black music because they don't have a connection to hip hop. They don't care. They care about him. They don't care about the roots of hip hop, the culture, they don't care about the fact that hip hop comes from black culture, black American culture. They don't care. They could care less. They just want to listen to Marshall Mathers talking about using a chainsaw to chop somebody in half and take a whole bunch of pills and drugs and say, I don't give a F to everybody. That's a problem with being an edgelord. But it's a bigger problem when you're a black edgelord, because it leads to your fan base disrespecting black culture, disrespecting black icons, disrespecting black music, having a disregard for anything coming out of our communities. You know, they don't have any empathy for people from our communities or nothing, because you've been an edgelord and you've been a sociopathic individual. Well, at least that's the persona that you have put on display, and they become attracted to that rather than even just the music itself or you as a person. They just want to see you become a sociopath and say you don't give a F about this, that, and the third. You know, and that's what Tyler was displaying, those antics at the beginning of his career, but he's now changed. You know, he's now grown and his music has evolved. No longer is it just one specific group of people listening to Tyler's music. Tyler's music, he has a wide demographic of fans. Even my 14-year-old daughter, who she would never want to listen to Tyler the Creator in the early stages of what Goblin and Bastard, albums like that. She would never like that. So I remember when she told me she's a huge Tyler the Creator fan, I was shocked because I wasn't up to date on most of Tyler's music, but I can tell you when I heard Earthquake for the first time, right? And this was like well before she told me she was a fan. I was pleasantly shocked and surprised, and I love that song because that was not the typical Tyler the Creator that I heard when I was 16 and 15 years old in high school. He wasn't calling women a C-U-N-T. Whenever I hear the C-U-N-T word, I know that shit ain't for me, because that ain't no black word. C-U-N-T, when you say that shit, I got to exit stage left. When Eminem would say that and all that, I got to go. That shit ain't for me. When I hear the word C-U-N-T is not for your boy, I got to get the hell up out of here. That's my whole thought process with all of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, but Tyler has since evolved. He's matured, and the problem is his fan base has not. And so now that he's calmed all of that behavior, that edgelord behavior down, and his audience has expanded, he's now denouncing the behavior he once enabled, and now he's denouncing people who originally made him famous. Because again, that white suburban fan base made him famous for real, but now he sees the error in that edgelord behavior. I keep using the word edgelord. I know, I'm sorry. Y'all can play a drinking game. If you drink, I don't drink or smoke, but if you drink, you can play a drinking game with how many times I use the word edgelord. But he now sees that the behavior he normalized was not cool, because now his audience, they feel comfortable mocking black pain. They feel indifferent to it, and they don't care about black trauma, right? And now they've grown mad at Tyler the Creator. They've uncovered some tweets from him in the past, right, where he says some things offensive about black culture, right? He had a tweet where he says, I hate Black History Month, I think. Did he say I hate Black History or Black History Month? I hate Black History Month. Why the F do you want to, or Black History? Why do you want, why the F do you have to separate N-words still? Oh, it's paying homage to our heroes. F that, right? That's that old Morgan Freeman approach, that old Morgan Freeman bullshit. We don't need to have a Black History Month. Black history is American history. Well, of course, we know that, Morgan Freeman. We all know that as Black people, but the American school systems do not teach about Black achievements in Black history. They don't teach about the important contributions that our people, Black people, made to American society. They omit us. So a month was created where we would put focus on our people, or shine a light on our folks for what they have done to progress society or advance society, push us forward in society, and uplift Black folks. We put shine a spotlight on our people during that month because the American school system won't do it. Man, when I went to a HBCU for undergrad, I went to Mississippi Valley State University, the alma mater to the greatest football player of all time, Jerry Rice. I know some people would say it's Tom Brady, but some would say quarterback is his own select position, and everybody else is a different type of football player outside of the kickers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Jerry Rice went to Mississippi Valley State University, right? But I went to MVSU for undergrad, HBCU. Then I went to a PWI for grad school, Arkansas State University. And you'd be shocked at how many white kids don't know who Malcolm X is. They don't know who a lot of Black people are outside of Dr. Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. That's all a lot of the white kids know because our history is not taught within these schools. And when we know that, we have a month that was created to focus on our people, to shine light on the achievements and accomplishments, of our people. And there's nothing wrong with that. So Morgan Freeman saying get rid of the month was bullshit because his old ass, he know better. I hate when he said, if you want to end racism, stop talking about it. The stupidest shit in the world. And he was too damn old to be saying that because nowhere in the world do you solve a problem by not talking about it. That shit is not a real thing. That does not exist. But he tried to push that narrative that we need to stop talking about racism to end it. Silly ass shit, and a whole bunch of ignorant anti-black racists. They jumped on the bandwagon with that quote and pushed that quote forward, even though it was a whole bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did not like that quote that he said. But Morgan Freeman, again, in that same little interview, said that, we need to take away Black History Month. Why do we have it? Black history is American history. We know that, but they don't teach it. And it's not a thing that even is not even acknowledged in the American school systems. And it's not being acknowledged now, with critical race theory and all that. Man, yeah. You know that. It's critical race theory. They're not acknowledging that now. This current administration does not want to acknowledge the achievements of Black folks for real. So that whole ending Black history stuff, that was some BS. I hope I got that quote right. Did he said I hate Black history or I hate Black History Month? I got to make sure it was Black history. Did he say, I got to see if he said I hate Black history or I hate Black History Month. I got to figure out which one that he said, and then I can fix it, right? But yeah, either way, I felt like I didn't like it even if he was saying Black History or Black History Month, because we need Black History Month. It still is something important and something that we should hold near and dear to our heart. It's not something that we should dismiss or shun or act like we don't care about, all in the name of, hey, it's American history and we can just be in regard with American history, because we're not regarded in American history at all, and that's a fact. But yeah, man, Tyler the Creator has got to understand that a lot of his fan base was created by the antics that he displayed early in his career. And I know he's changed now, but a lot of them hold on to who Tyler was at the beginning of his career. And he kind of helped to have them in this type of light, He helped to put them in his light, for real, man. And so he got to recognize that is a fault of his own. And that's why you don't need to be a young edgelord. That's why you need to just build your career off a solid foundation. Build your career off of being a stand-up individual. Being a stand-up individual and just not off antics and just a whole bunch of wild shit, But what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber from the south side of Chicago, Illinois. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out, y'all. Peace.